Hi Aries, welcome back to the channel. This is your weekly December 2020 love and romance focused weekly forecast. All right. So you guys, hopefully you guys checked out week 1. We're moving into week 2. Okay. So you guys make sure you give this video a like. All right. Before you forget, hit the like button. It does so many amazing things. Just do it. All right. Also, comment at your earliest convenience, and if you've been thinking about it, I always say, don't just subscribe to me the first time you watch me, or if you're kind of uncertain, don't subscribe. Wait till you're certain of a reader and then subscribe to them. That's just the best thing for you, and that's the best thing for the reader as well. But I have to say, I did get a massive influx. I've gotten hundreds of new subscribers in the past few days. Actually, it's been about a week, but it's been under a week. A few days, like 6 days, and I've gotten a few hundred subscribers. I'm very, very thankful for that. I really was not expecting that. Thank you guys so much for all your love and support and all the wonderful comments and stuff. But let's keep this going. All right, let's say hi vibe. All right, so we're moving on to week 2 for your Aries, for my Aries loves. All right, you guys. And this is obviously in the perspective of your person, right? And this is their perspective of the connection for the second week of December 2020, just so you can understand where they're coming from, and you guys can better relate. So I draw the cards on camera, at least this time around. I don't know how I'll be doing it in the future. Sometimes I draw it, sometimes I don't. Your person's really needing some spiritual help, like they're really needing some spirit to really guide them. They're having some resistance, either when it comes to this connection or just in life in general. But the good news is that they're coming out of that resistance very soon, towards the end of the month. Towards the end of the week. They're coming out of that resistance area. Sorry about that. I live in the suburbs, and all they do is mow their lawn, even when it's October. Sorry, even when it's almost December, they mow their lawn. So my neighbor's getting her lawn mowed, which is odd. It's Sunday. So you're gonna have to deal with the reef blowers for a little bit, but they usually get done quite quickly. So I don't want to stop the reading. I want to keep going. All right, so Aries, in the root of the reading, with this person, we have the Ace of Cups. So in the distant past, we have lots of love being expressed, feelings of love, feeling love restored, gaining self-love as well. Some of you guys, your person didn't have a lot of self-love, but in the distant past, something caused them to feel love for themselves and also to feel love for you guys as well. So in the recent past, we had the Two of Swords reverse, okay, and then the Four of Wands reverse. So they were confronted with all the outside opinions that either conflicted this connection or that perpetuated a connection in their life, or that made them kind of unhappy. Now, this energy in the recent past is kind of confusing because I don't know if it's like, I don't know if one is like unhappiness or the other. It just feels like this person may listen to other people's opinions a lot, possibly about this connection, and it makes them very unhappy, and in the recent past, they were really stuck in that. And it's because they really have to get connected to their inner child, Aries. Like, there's nothing that we can really do about this. There are things you can do about it, you know what I'm saying? But, there's nothing that we can really do about it from our standpoint right here. Because this person really needs to get close to their inner child. They've abandoned their inner child. They've abandoned their inner child. And so they need to get close to their inner child in order to know what their inner child is really speaking and know how they're truly feeling, because they let a lot of hearsay get in the way. Like, they don't really dig deep. Now, some of them have started digging deep as to like kind of pushing aside the things that people say, pushing that aside to really hear what they really feel about you, and to really know how they feel about you, so that they don't make choices based off of what other people think about you or other people think about the connection. It's based off of how they feel. They kind of need to learn how to create their own reality. Like, they're creating a reality, or they have been creating a reality for some time now that was someone else's reality. It wasn't truly what they felt, what they wanted, what they desired. It wasn't truly their own reality. They were creating someone else's reality. And they might be realizing that. They might have realized that in the recent past, or they may be realizing that this week, because it's like spirit is really issuing, or like this person learns through resistance as opposed to through niceness and kindness. And especially when it comes to love, this person really doesn't respond well to things that are soft and sweet and gentle and kind, because that's their interpretation of love, or their interpretation of connections, or whatever, is it's the Eight of Swords, so it's very toxic. And so I see here in the recent past, they fell in love. That's just falling in love. And that's falling in love despite their greatest attempts to restrain themselves and to restrict themselves from falling in love with you. They fell in love, and it's just because they knew, deep down, deeper down than they could understand, and deeper down than they could really truly verbalize and contextualize. They knew deep down how they felt about you, and they knew deep down that this connection was unlike any other connection, and they knew that this was sent to them. This is special. They know that this connection that they have with you is very special, and that was something that was taught to them. I also feel like maybe something kind of clandestine may have happened that may have also reminded this person how much they loved you, right? So that's for some of you guys. So moving on to the present energy. Guys, I got my teacup everywhere. Moving on to the present energy, Aries loves, we have the Magician reverse and the Queen of Pentacles. So once again, it's like Spirit's really having to force in energy into this person's life. Like, it's kind of like come hell or high water. Like, these energies are going to move in this person's life. But if we have a lot of blockages in the way, I mean, nothing's too big for God, right? So Spirit's trying to initiate something and bring in a manifestation. They're also trying to make this person ask for what they really want out of this connection with you, Aries. I feel like this person, they may really value you. Like, I'm not saying that this person does not value you, but they may not be valuing you to what you believe makes you feel valued, like their idea of valuing someone, a woman or a man, is a lot different than your idea. And I'm not saying one's better than the other, I'm just saying it's a lot different. And so it may have caused a lot of clashing, but I feel like you're really like triggered, and I feel like they've hit your comfort zone for long enough, and enough is enough. And I'm also seeing here the Queen of Pentacles is a homebody, and it does signify home. So this person may be initiating, and once again, it's through force. So I don't want to say it's like initiation or manifestation, because of how forceful I feel like this energy is, or is having to be for this person. I feel like I can't really just say that it's like just happening. I think I know it's happening, but I think it's happening through force. The Ten of Swords reversed. So it's happening through an event here that may cause an ending that opens a door for them, or some sort of harsh realization, a harsh end to a cycle that needed to happen. It's not for you, though. Don't worry about it, Aries. I feel like you're going to be good. In fact, you may feel really powerful, Aries, once you hear this news. But this person, they needed this. Like, if they didn't go through this, they would never look within. You know what I mean? They would have never done it. And so something is manifesting into this person's life that has to do with this connection, that will benefit you. I'm literally seeing Aries feeling like the Ten of Pentacles once this Magician energy cooks up in your life, or once you see the Magician energy take place, you're going to feel like, the Ten of Pentacles, like complete and like you're so blessed and abundant. But I feel like this person, they were holding on to something that wasn't healthy anyways. And it was blocking the connection. It was blocking it from becoming real and materializing in the physical form. So it needed to go anyways. And it wasn't even healthy regardless. So bye-bye, right? But I still feel like they may kind of be down on themselves. I mean, I don't know how you want to handle it, Aries. Like, you guys could be nice about it. You guys don't have to be nice about it, though, because in the end, they'll realize that was for the best. And I feel like babying them is not going to help, right? So why did this happen? It happened because you're their soulmate, and they want to be happy, and they've been asking God. They have been setting intentions, whether they realize it or not, consciously or subconsciously. They've been setting intentions to be happy, and Spirit is bringing them this happiness, right? And it's through this Queen of Cups reverse. So there may be an ending with them when it comes to a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio type, a very manipulative character, right? Or they may realize something about this person that is they're very toxic, and that they may need to walk away from them. Yeah. Yeah, Ten of Wands. It's the end of something with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. It's the end of wondering and worrying. It's the end of confusion, because I feel like this person wonders a lot about where this is going, and it throws them off. And whatever is manifesting that's putting an end to this cycle, it's really going to ground them, and it could even bring them back for a lot of you guys, or some of you guys. I don't want to say too many of you guys, right? But some of you guys could find that this person returns to you, like, but that's if it's in the works. If you guys have not spoken, I can't say that I'm sure, but whatever. But I'd say, like, if you know that this person has been like kind of like, you know, you guys have been in communication, or whatever, but like whatever, you know, something was in the way, right? And this Queen of Cups reversed, she doesn't have to be somebody, a third party in the sense of romantically. She could be a third party in the sense of like a child, a friend, a sister who is kind of very manipulative, is what I'm hearing. Who this person realizes something about them. See how all these cards are coming up reversed, and how this person is like, they realize that this person has been blocking them. And now they're freeing themselves. But they're not freeing themselves. It's like spirit is freeing them. So it's coming, to me, it's coming through as an event to me. Like God, like my spirit guides are being like, there's an event that's going to overwhelm them, and it's going to make them realize something about someone that they were wondering about. And then they're going to get grounded. Okay. Now, for some of you guys, this realization could be around your emotions. So they could be realizing that they've been playing with your emotions, or how the things that they've been doing, and how the Two of Swords energy, like how they've been kind of like not really truly within themselves, like too connected to what other people think, how that's really been hurting the connection, and how it's really been hurting you. Because some of you guys, you may have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio as your moon or rising or something like that. And maybe, like, you know, if you guys are soulmates, especially if like you're Cancer moon or Pisces moon or even a Scorpio moon, you know, if somebody is really like, you know, playing with your feelings, or they're really like not really going deep as a water sign, and I'm a water sign too, as a water sign, it really hurts your feelings. And, you know, it really, and you can tell when someone isn't really being true with you, or they're being shallow and they're not really talking about what's the real problem. And so I think they will realize that something about how they have not been connecting to their emotions has really been keeping the two of you guys apart. Because they want this connection with you, Aries, they do. And they want it to be solid. They want this to be grounded. They want this to be real. They want to be with you. They want to live with you. They want to spend every day with you. They want to value you and cherish you. But I also feel like it may feel like annoying when I say that, because it's like, you're just like, well, they have every opportunity to do it, but they're not connected enough with themselves to know what you're talking about. You know, it's like if you're speaking French and I'm a Latin speaker, or I speak, I don't know, Tagalog, like, I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying, B. I don't know what you're saying. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's kind of what's been going on. Like, they've been very disconnected from themselves, and it's really not their fault. Like, the Eight of Swords, it really is a bit of a cop-out, because it really means it's not your fault. You know, it's not their fault that they have been this way. Somebody literally put them there, you know? So moving on to the conscious thoughts and our desires, right? I just want to straighten up these cards so I can see. I'm like, all right, seeing. All right, so give me 2 seconds. All right, so this person is really trying to see how they can make it work. And I also feel like they just want things to be lighter. Like, I think the way that they have been before, I feel like I need to stop saying I think, you know, I feel like, right, the way that they've been like living before, like they just kind of are too in their head. And it's really hard to ground this connection when they're so in their head. And I also feel like they were not happy. Like, when you're so pulled in so many different directions by the people around you and all that stuff, it's really hard to be happy, because happiness comes from within, and this person's very far from themselves, right? So the Queen of Pentacles is like, something is happening that's going to ground them into this connection. Something is manifesting that's going to cause them to get back into reality and be in the moment. Like, they have trouble staying in the moment because they're so in their head. And it's really been messing up the connection. Wheel of Fortune. So this is obviously very destined. This is good for them. We're all learning soul lessons, even while we're with our divine counterparts. We're all learning lessons, right? We're all soulmates. Like, even when we find love, we're still learning lessons. I'm sorry, I just got so loud. All right, so the conscious thoughts and our desires is the death energy reversed. So this person is going through a transformation, and it feels like for them, they're really, I don't know, you can't resist certain things. Like the magician energy, you can't resist it. You know, the Ace of Cups, you can't resist it. The death energy, you can't resist it. You know, you can't resist the magician, especially, and death. You can kind of resist the Ace of Cups, you know. You can act like you don't feel love, but at some point you're going to wake up one day and realize that you let the love of your life walk out of your life. Thank God this person didn't do that. Thank God the Ace of Cups came up upright, like it started out upright. So this person never denied how they felt about you, okay? And that was smart of them. But, you know, they could be like, I don't really want to go through this transformation. I don't want this to end, because something is ending in their life. It is. Something is ending. And I'm going to have a look at what this ending is around, or what is this ending? And yeah, it's a conclusion. The world, man, the world. It's a cycle. It's a way of doing things. But it's also, it feels like it's very straightforward. Like they're going to see what this ending is, right? When I see the King of Swords and I see the Page of Swords, I know that this is going to be very direct, and they're going to be looking at whatever this is that's ending. It's not something that they're going to be like, man, I used to look at life this way. I don't look at life no more that way. This is an ending that they're going to be like, oh my God, I lost my job. I can clearly see I lost my job because I'm not getting a paycheck. You know what I mean? Or I'm not getting up and going to work. But it doesn't feel like it's even, it could be like a job situation, but it could just be a relationship that, you know, maybe it wasn't really invested into, but it was kind of just there, and they would see it, and they're not going to see it anymore. Something is ending that they used to see, and they're not going to see it anymore. And judgment is reversed here. So this is happening because this person is going through judgment. Like I always say, at a certain point, like spirit will be like, oh, you want to follow your heart? Go ahead. Da, da, da. But then after a while, when you get so used to blocking out your desires, they're eventually going to come to you, but they're going to come to you in a way that may not be so pleasant, or it just may come to you in whatever way that it comes to you. But most times when you're resisting good change like this, it's because whatever you're holding on to, you really are afraid to let it go. So when you let go of that, you finally have to confront those fears that you didn't want to confront. You finally have to make that judgment that you didn't want to make. You finally have to go through that transformation that you didn't want to make. Either way, you're doing it, right? So this person's going through like a change that's like out of their control, and it's to bring the two of you guys together, and it's to make the situation work, and it's so you guys can move on from stuff. All right, it's through a lot. There's heavy manifestation energy in your connection, and it's steady been going on. Steady, right? So, you know, worries are unnecessary, but this person, there's been steady energy in this connection that's been moving things along, and it's like by force, come hell or high water, by grace or by might, this was always going to happen, right? And so this is happening because subconsciously they made a judgment, and I feel like so did you, but you're more connected to yourself, Aries. Like the people who are watching this, obviously you know how you feel about this person, you know how you feel about this connection. So like, you know what I mean? You know how you feel about it. So it's like, you know, like, so it's not a judgment. You were probably already doing this judgment thing. You probably were already connected to your emotions. You probably already knew that something needed to change, right? And you probably were already going through this transformation. How much you want to bet that, like, for you, Aries, you probably would have death in your reading, but how much you want to bet these cards would be upright? Because you're connected to yourself. You know what's going on. You're good, right? You're good, right? This person has been running from themselves, and now they're finally having to confront that inner Page of Swords, that inner child that accrued a ton of beliefs, that inner child that's very smart and very inquisitive. And the kid came up upright. So he's not a kid like this inner child, they're so lucky, saved their life. Because this inner child will not be corrupted by things. Like even you could corrupt and the Page of Cups wasn't corrupted either. All the inner children are upright. I mean, I feel like this person's inner children or inner child was, you know, the inner child was the one doing the work for them, right? So even when the adult version of them was running from this stuff, their inner child was like, I don't know. That's not smart. You know, you don't love them. Oh, you don't really feel that way about them. Why are you lying? Their inner child was like, nah, you know you lying. You know you lying. You a lie. You know what I mean? And then the inner child just said, I got you, and just did it. and did it anyway, you know, and they'll thank their inner child later. You know, they might be mad, but like, how is this person feeling? Oh yeah, no, they're upset. Five of Swords. I was like, how do you feel about this? Five of Swords, right? They're feeling very upset. They're feeling very upset, right? Because whatever it is that they had to let go of, you know, it has to do with a belief system, a way of looking at life. They're having to let go of it. It's really hard for them to accept that that's not what it really is. But the new way that they're going to start looking at life now is so much better. It's like so much happier. But, you know, when you're used to struggle, you don't want to let go of struggle because that's all you know? So they're going through a massive transformation, Aries. That's really cool. I'm happy for them because I think they really needed this. And I'm very comfortable with these energies that are on this table right now. And this is, I mean, I'm an occultist, you guys. It's something I see this every day of my life. So it's like, it's fine and it's necessary and it's good when it happens in people's lives. It's a good thing. So what's coming in the near future? Justice in the connection, right? So, oh, Aries, Aries. It's some justice, right? This person very shortly is going to feel like, oh, okay, all right, I'm all right. Yo, this person's going to be like, oh, okay. And they're going to, because you know what it is? You know what it is? They're seeing the opportunity. They're seeing the opportunity, like very short. And I feel like this is very shortly, like they might be in their bag for a little tiny bit, like for a day or two. But I feel like, especially if it was a karmic connection or if it was like a way of looking at things, whatever it was that went with it or went with that way of looking at things, it really was a burden. And I feel like when this person starts to feel better, they're going to be like, yo, actually, I feel fine and I feel better because that situation before was making me depressed. And it was like the same thing over and over again, but it wasn't making me happy. And it's like, I'm finally taking the cup that spirit brought for me. And it might have water in it. And maybe I'm used to drinking gin and vodka and wine. You know what I mean? But maybe this water might be what I was looking for, you know? And they're going to feel a whole lot more balanced. The Emperor energy is showing up here. The Emperor energy is showing up here, right? And we have the Page of Wands. All this person's inner children are like for the win, bro. Like their inner child, all four of them, are like looking out for him, like not the adult, the child. Like thank God they had it, because thank God they had it, because I don't know what would have happened if their inner child was as wounded as their adult version, because the adult version of themselves or the night version of themselves is kind of corrupted, or was very corrupted at some point. So what is this justice that's happening? And it's the Nine of Pentacles. It's peace of mind and solidarity, right? This person is getting some sort of peace as a result of it. Also, I'm also hearing material harvest. So they're getting some sort of material harvest from the situation having ended, or from the situation just being the way that it is. Because maybe whatever this was, it was so depressing that it would affect their productivity and their ability to work and their ability to see their worth. So, and it knocked them off their game. Damn, Aries. It's very interesting. They're definitely feeling a whole lot more balance. And I also see that they're bringing much more balance to this connection. I feel as though in the past, this person really made it hard in this connection. It was really difficult to connect with this person and to be in a relationship with this person, because it was just like, you saw them for who they really were, and you knew that they were deeper than who they thought that they were. And their inner child knew that they were deeper as well, right? And it's kind of like sometimes they would block the manifestation of the connection. They would block the two of you guys being together, you know, because they just were like, whatever. They would block it, you know, and they would block it. They would. And then they were blocking the transformation. Like they knew that this connection, they didn't know, but like this connection was supposed to go through a transformation, and they didn't want to let go of whatever they had to let go of, or they didn't want to deal with that trigger wound of whatever it was that they had to let go of with that death energy. And then spirit just did it for them anyways. And now they're feeling a whole lot more balanced and much more and resurrected, I'm hearing, okay? And, you know, it's because whatever this was before, it was not a happy situation. And also because after cutting that out, you know, they're going to be feeling a whole lot more happy. But I genuinely feel like the reason why is because whatever that was before, it was a third party situation to the max. It was a situation in which there was no intimacy. There were multiple people. It was very unhealthy, right? The situation was very unhealthy. So that's the reason why this is good. And they're feeling a lot more balance. And they're also bringing a lot more balance to the connection, because I also feel like this person may have involved you in a third party, Aries. And now that that third party is gone, and now that they can show up as the emperor now and truly be there for you the way that you deserve for someone to be there for you, right? Then whatever. But I also feel like you're going to feel like this is justified, because this person is going to be going through some pain that they did cause you, right? So they could be with a third party, and then that third party could get a third party on them, you know, and then so then now you know how it feels, right? And it's really going to suck. But I just feel like it had to happen to bring justice to the connection. That's just what it had to be. All right. But also now they're seeing that this connection, they're just seeing that this is who they were meant to be with. They're seeing that you are who they're meant to be with, or this was how it was meant to be. All right. So Aries, that's what I have for you guys for the second week of December 2020. Thank you so much for joining me this time around. All right. Stay tuned for the third week of December. And also, you guys, be sure to check out the monthly readings as well. If you haven't liked the video already, make sure you like the video. And thanks to you guys. Thanks to all of you guys who've liked, commented, and subscribed to the channel. Now would be an excellent time to comment as well as subscribe to the channel if that's what you've been thinking about doing. And if you want to connect with me on my other socials, the links are in the description bar down below. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.